Let's talk about integrating your spiritual practices. I can only talk about the practices that I used. So I'll list some examples. So practice one would be letting go. This practice of letting go. This one's a little bit more obvious in terms of integrating it into your life because you can let go of many different things, your beliefs, your identity, your positionalities, your concepts, your expectations, your plans, your past, your memories, whatever it is, many different things to let go of. So you can see how this is just a very natural integration where you can integrate it into your life. And this is then practiced all the time. This is really the key about integration is you're integrating, let's say, this practice into the rest of your life where there's no separation anymore. A lot of seekers have this where they go, well, here's my spiritual practice. It kind of happens early in the morning for the first half an hour or wherever it is at night or in the middle of the day. And then here's my spiritual practice. And then there's life, right? So there's this division, right? And this is where enlightenment, self-realization, you come to this place where all is one. So there is no separation, right? So you can see this integrating the practice it's dissolving that barrier between here's my practice and here's life. So this practice of letting go, very obvious. Let's look at a practice that's not so obvious. Let's look at a practice that I've done for many years. Cold showers, cold plunges into lakes and cold showers, but very much every day is a daily cold shower. It's how I wake up. Freezing cold shower, jump in and enjoy it. Literally enjoy it. I love them. I love the cold showers. I love the cold showers because I surrender to the cold shower. I surrender to the cold shower. So it's this practice of surrendering to something. When I surrender to something, I'm no longer resisting, right? Surrender is the absence of resistance. No longer resisting the cold shower. How can I get into this thing? It's freezing cold. I don't want to do it. Maybe if I just breathe fast and jump in, or maybe if I just, wet my hair and then jump out, that'll be better. Or let me try and make a deal. If I can jump in and then handle it for 10 seconds and then turn it to hot. No. Straight cold shower, right in, no warming up to it, nothing like that. In, out. The dial doesn't move. It stays on cold. It's the lowest, right? Surrendering to the cold shower. That's a practice. Surrendering to the discomfort in a stretch, is into yoga stretching. And there's a lot of resistance at first, and there's now, then that was quickly learned to not resist the stretch and not force it. So you're not forcing it. You're not creating tension. You're then surrendering. And then when you're surrendered, you just relax and the muscle lets go. The muscle opens. The tension dissolves. So those two practices you can see are very physical, jumping into a cold shower and like hatha yoga, stretching, different postures. So how can we then take those two practices and instead of saying, oh, the practice happens for the first 5 minutes in the day with a cold shower, the first, or the, let's say a nighttime 10-minute hatha yoga practice, instead of seeing it as that's just a practice there, you then take what you're learning in the practice, what you're practicing, and then you integrate that into the rest of your life. So you take these two examples here, physical practices, which are surrendering to something that's uncomfortable, so that in the rest, let's say with life, when something's happening, let's say at a time I lost my entire business, right, and just started crumbling, surrender to it. Surrender. Okay, well, I'm surrendering, right? It's like you're kind of planning on, you're flowing, and you think that you're going this way, and then all of a sudden the current changes and it starts bringing you over here. So you're not trying to hold on and look for a tree that's, overhanging the river, something to hold on to try and stay in that direction. You're surrendering to the flow of life, and the flow of life wants to bring you this way. So you don't fight it, you don't resist it, right? Could look like that. Could look like relationships, right? My wife wants to, have a really good, strong control on the plans and everything. Surrender. All right, plan. Go with the flow, right? I don't try and plan anything. Yeah, your plans are the best plans. I'm going to go with the flow, right? To other people, it looks like very too passive, but, innerly, it's peace. It's peace. You're not in resistance. Why would you be in resistance to things? That's going to cause a lot of stress. I don't want to experience that stress. I'd rather be stress-free and be peaceful and be happy, flowing with life, right? So you take that practice of surrender in the Hatha Yoga, and you take that practice of surrender in the cold shower, and then you apply it in your relationship, in your business. You can see it was being applied in business, it was being applied in relationship, right? It could be applied to, let's see another one here, physical health, right? When you feel like you're coming on with a cold, right? A lot of people, they'll like try and resist this cold. Oh, it's coming. And they'll fight. They'll continue trying to go to the gym, continue to try doing what they're doing, right? I'm not gonna let this cold win, right? Creating resistance. You're battling the cold, right? I'm gonna fight you, right? Right. Surrender to it. Okay. Energy is low. Well, change now. Then the day changes based off this energy. I was planning on going for a run, but you know what? I'm gonna surrender to the cold. I need to be more. I gotta yield to it. More yin, more feminine energy. I'm gonna relax a little bit more, right? I'm gonna go easy on my body, right? I'm going to be more soft, right? So you apply that to your health, right? A lot of people, they're still, no cold's going to keep me down. I'm going to get this run. I'm just going to sweat it out, right? And then kind of like, again, when you're not surrendered, whatever force you apply, you're going to be met with a counter force, right? So it's about yielding, surrendering to what's happening in your life. So hopefully give you 2 physical practices: cold shower, Hatha Yoga, surrendering to discomfort in both. And then you're taking that practice and then integrating it into your daily life, surrendering to business, surrendering to relationships, surrendering to health, right? So those are some pretty good examples right there. What's another one? Did I say letting go? Letting go was the first one, right? Letting go of expectations. I'll give you an example there in physical life, in life. Letting go. If you have expectations of, give you an example with the business. If I have got the expectation that I've got my dream team here of 5 employees and they're never going to leave, then I'm holding on to this expectation that they're going to be staying, right? One of them leaves, right? I got to let go of that expectation, right? When one of them leaves, I'm kind of going like this. Here's my expectation. Here's my dream team. And then here's reality. Someone left, right? Well, because there's that expectation, there's now going to be unhappiness because life seems to be happening differently compared to my expectations, right? Expectations look a lot like future plans. If you're planning, here's how I think everything's going to go. I'm planning a trip, right? Then something happens, something at work happens, something health-wise happens, something happens in your family, then you have to cancel your plans. You're going to be very unhappy because you had an expectation that you're holding on to. When you let go of the expectations, you find yourself just naturally more happy for no reason, right? The expectations create unhappiness, right? What else do people hold on to? Many different things. Could hold on to like a lot of images, right? An image of how you think what your house needs to look like, right? And you constantly are getting fed all these images of these beautiful homes, covers of magazines, Instagram, Pinterest, all these different things, and you go, oh, that's what my home needs to look like. So you hold on to that image. And then when your home doesn't look like that because you've got 3 kids, I've got 3 kids, and your home looks like a mess in the living room because there's toys all over the place and all you see is, Paw Patrol everywhere. Well, you can see you got to let go of that image. Let go of that image. Because as long as you're holding on to that image, you then are now in resistance to reality. You're saying, here's what I'm going to accept is this image of my picture perfect living room. But when reality shows you something different, you get mad at what's showing up here and you're resisting what this is. And you're going to try and force, you're going to try and control and make reality look like your image. It doesn't work that way. This needs to be let go of. This is an illusion. This is just mental in your mind, right? What's real is what's showing up. This is what's showing up, right? So it's a letting go of that imagery, letting go of that projection, right? And simply brings us to the next practice. Accept reality. Accept this present moment. This present moment, oh my, there's Paw Patrols everywhere in the living room. Well, can I accept it or am I going to reject it? Am I going to say that this is right and wrong? Or can I just accept that this is just the reality? Got 3 kids under 6 years old. This is what's happening, right? So acceptance. Can I simply allow things to happen? Allowance is another one. If you're not allowing things to happen, then you're resisting it. You're just allowing things to happen. I'm just going to allow them to play like that. That's okay. Grand scheme of things, it's nothing, right? But as soon as you say, this, I shouldn't allow this, look for these words when you are mentally thinking them. I shouldn't. This isn't right. This is not okay. These words, they're not allowing, right? They're resisting words. They're words that will show signs that you are resisting the present moment. You're resisting the flow. The present moment is the flow of life. It is life. It's flowing. It's a constant flow. When you are resisting it, it's like you're trying to build a beaver dam to stop the flow of the river of life, right? But if you just allow it, remove the beaver dam and just allow the flow, you're just allowing the flow. You experience much more happiness, less stress, because there's no resistance. What is another one here? Being open, opening up the body, right? So let's go back to, again, yoga, right? Opening up the hips, opening up the shoulders, opening up, right? Different areas where things felt blocked in the body energetically, with the tension and the energy, you can feel that, so you open it up. That also shows you to then open up to life. It shows you to open up in your relationship, open up in business, open up in every area. You're opening up. The more you open up, just like the muscles, they're the more relaxed. They're not held in contraction. A closed muscle is a contracted muscle. An open muscle is a relaxed muscle. This openness, then you practice this all in your life. You're just more open. I'm open, right? What do you want to do this weekend? I'm open. I'm open to whatever, right? How about these plans? I'm open. But when you're now closed to certain ideas, closed to certain, oh, that sounds too weird, new, different. I'm closed, right? Versus I'm open to something that's different. I'm open to the new. I'm open to the unknown, right? You open your door to the unknown, right? Then you start experiencing the magic of life, right? But as long as you remain closed, guarded, defended, then you're going to be fighting, because you guard yourself when you're fighting. If you weren't fighting with life, you wouldn't need to guard yourself. right? But we guard ourselves. We close ourselves off. And what's really happening is we're closing ourselves off to love, the love that's always here. We close ourselves off to our heart. You want a closed heart or an open heart, right? Want a closed mind or an open mind? Open your mind. Open your heart, right? But you can see that's just coming from the practice of hatha yoga, right? Just opening up the joints, opening up different positions, right? Opening up just the muscles, the tension, the fascia, all these different, opening up your energy. It's just, you're opening it. Now you're becoming more sensitive. You're noticing that you're more sensitive. This openness creates more, doesn't create, it just allows more sensitivity. The more open you are to your own feelings, the more sensitive you are to your own feelings, as well as the more sensitive you are to other people's feelings. Your level of empathy goes through the roof. You're able to feel what other people are feeling because you're so open. Because you're so open, other people can feel that openness, so they feel more safe around you because you're not concealing something, hiding something. This looks threatening compared to this, right? This is approachable. This is welcoming. It's a closed, right? You see this with your body language. You can learn this from body language. I learned that a lot with business, right? What looks like, when someone takes a headshot or just pictures, lifestyle pictures for their business and stuff, right? Is into marketing and branding. This is more approachable, right? Showing your hands. I got nothing to hide versus this. Well, what am I hiding? What do I have here? A pocket knife, right? Your mind is always kind of like, it feels it mentally, like visually you're seeing, what are you concealing? What are you hiding? Mentally, you're feeling that closeness. Emotionally, you're feeling that closeness. Energetically, you're feeling that closeness. All just from a simple picture, right? So you can see, then you just practice that, opening up. You feel the practice with that is feeling when you close, when you're around certain people, perhaps certain people that you don't like, you'll feel that you're going to go into a closed. You're open around like your best friends, and then these people closed. Open around people that are familiar with you, and then new people closed, right? Can you open yourself up? That's the practice. Just like in Hatha Yoga, can you open your body up, right? These hip flexor stretches, these like the cobra one, right? Can you open up the front of your body? Can you open up the side? It's all tight here. Can you open up the side? Right? Can you open up when you feel closed? I feel closed. So in the Hatha, it's like, that's the thing. I feel closed in this area. Let me do a stretch and open it up. You're practicing to open it up. Just like in life, when you're around certain people, I feel closed. I feel like I closed around these people. Okay, can I open up? Right? Then you become more sensitive. You become more expanded. The more open you are, the more expansive you are. Right? Enlightenment, it's fully open. Fully open. It's fully expanded. Right? So you can see these are some examples. I don't want to make the video too long. Keep going, obviously, but enough examples to give you the idea. Whatever the practice is, practice it, and then see how can I apply this practice in different areas of my life? How can I integrate? What is this practice? What's the essence of this practice? What's the essence of this practice? And now how can I integrate this so that there's really no practice time, that life is the practice of that one thing. Like I said, is you might go, okay, cold shower, it's a 5-minute cold shower. I'm practicing surrender for 5 minutes. Not really. Because if you integrate that practice that you're practicing for 5 minutes and you integrate that in the rest of your life, then you're actually practicing surrender your entire life, right? For the whole day, for the whole week, for your whole life, right? You're practicing it, right? So all these little practices, you're practicing letting go constantly. You're practicing acceptance constantly. You're practicing allowance constantly. You're practicing all these different things, all these different practices. Integration is what you can say really accelerates the progress on the path, right? For lack of better words, really accelerates it. If you keep things so compartmentalized, this is my practice in the morning, 5 minutes, and that's it. I'm just going to go back to being whatever it is, whatever you're doing. No, can you take that and like sprinkle it in? Look for ways. Practice, and then reflect on that practice. Okay, I'm practicing cold showers, but like, what is it that I'm really practicing, right? Because even if I just said, hey, we'll try cold showers, it'll change. There's so many benefits to cold showers, but what's the essence of that cold shower? Can you refine that cold shower? A lot of people, oh, it wakes me up in the morning. I could have said that. It boosts your immunity. I could have said that. Check it on these websites, right? You see these benefits of cold showers. Who's saying surrender? Right? That's the ultimate benefit of that. The ultimate. It surpasses all the other benefits. It surpasses all those other benefits, right? So it's when you're really mastering that practice, you'll be able to extract, you can say, the essence of it. Well, this is really, what's really going on here in this practice? What's the essence of this? What's the essence of this? Or even just, what's the essence of this stretch? What's the essence of this? And then how can I apply this? How can I integrate this into everything else that's happening in life? And then you'll get instant feedback. And you'll continue practice and then integrate a little bit more. Continue practice, integrate somewhere else. Continue practice, integrate somewhere else. And then you'll see that, let's say if you're looking at like a pie chart, there's no 5 minutes of practice anymore. The whole day is a practice, right? Because anything that you practice, you're going to get good at, right? When you're practicing like that, then yeah, you're making progress on the path. So hopefully this helps. Practice, integrate. I'll see you in the next one.